saving. To do that, that price tag is $3,460,000. And again, they want to fund that 100%. So I have an MOU here, and I'm asking the board to approve this MOU.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any other discussion?
I have a question regarding that.
Who are you, sir?
So I'm Jason Haley.
Okay, you're scheduled for an agenda item on January 6th?
Yes, sir.
Not tonight. We'll have you on January 6th. What were you wanting to talk about?
I have a question because I appreciate the update on the XAI, but is there a
Let us do this. Hang on, I'm gonna let you speak. Hang on just a second. So let's go ahead. This is a different issue. Let's go ahead and wrap this resolution. Was there any other discussion about the resolution? And if there's not, again, would you redo the roll call?
Alderman Payton.
Yes.
Alderman Hicks.
Yes.
Alderman Jerome.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries, and so you want to
I was
go
just
ahead.
curious. I mean, I appreciate you having an update for us on that, but do we have a timeline on the temporary turbines that are there, or the mobile ones that are there? Like
The
what-
state, it's a 12-month permit.
Okay.
The state MDEQ gives a 12-month permit.
I have noticed that for the last couple of days, the sound has been quieter, but it's happened in the past where it will be like that for a couple of days and it just goes back to full steam again. And that's a big concern that, you know, when you're worried about if you go home, hey, is this happening again or not? You know, there's many of us in Colonial Hills that have been talking about it, and I've learned from talking to neighbors and people who live around me that they don't even know what's going on. So I know, you know, you've said that you've told the public over and over and people, but there's still people that don't know what this is or about, and I'm not sure where that's been publicly, you know, talked about it.
What, I'm not following you.
Like,
Don't
so-
know what?
Just the fact that the building is there and what's going up, there's a lot of citizens, a lot of people in my area, in the cove I live in, that when I ask, hey, are you hearing this noise? They're like, yeah, what even is this? So I feel like there's been no discussion of that to the public of what's going on there and the timeline for this to, you know, be done.
Yeah, back in the summer, there was I issued a press release that had all those details in it.
There'll be 42 permanent turbines there. 42.
Well, we're not, and I will say this, we're not going to get into all the details because, as I've told many people, there are certain things when we have an economic development, we have to respect, we have to expect their competitive situation in the future, what they're going to do. The only thing I would, hey, we're not going to speak out in public. Chief Kern, would you please address the order of this meeting? That's not going to happen. I don't know what you're used to, but it ain't going to happen in this meeting.
Trying to do the correct
Let's get order in this meeting. We'll have order. I've never used this. I'm going to use it.
block us there.
I don't even know how to get that up.
Yeah, our intentions weren't here to come and disrupt.
Yeah, well, you're not going to
everything.
disrupt the meeting. So
I wasn't planning on doing that.
Hang on, I'm going to get control of the meeting. I'm going to answer your question, which I was trying to do before being interrupted. If you speak out again, you'll be removed from the building. Does everyone, if you don't understand that, then you're going to learn the hard way. So the answer to your question is that there was a press release that was given back in the summer when that became real and we knew that it was really going to happen. I issued the press release that addressed all the concerns, told everybody what it's about. At this point, all it is about a power plant that's being used to provide power to Colossus 2. That's at this point, that's what's been communicated. So what is going on at the South Haven facility, it is a power plant that has become in order and useful again.
Okay.
What's the other is there another question
I
that
mean,
we've not?
it's been torture since August, hearing this noise daily, and I know you're aware of the noises that you said you heard them, but when you hear them from your backyard day and night, I mean, I feel like some of that could have been taken care of before letting this happen for months.
Yeah, hands down. No, I've answered that, and as I told you, you reached out to me either by email or by private
I
message.
apologize. One of them wasn't nicest, but I woke up early in that morning and couldn't go back to sleep because I could hear those noises from my bedroom.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
was a little rude about that, and I do apologize, but it's just,
That's
it's been
okay.
a big concern.
But what I'm trying to assure you is I've told everybody tonight, when a citizen brings something to my attention, I've told and I told you that.
Yeah,
I
you
told you I
did,
was
yeah,
working on a
and
solution.
I appreciate
And so
it.
it took a little bit of time. When you reached out to me, and actually before that, I had already been talking to XAI before that. Before you ever contacted me, I've walked the streets, I've walked the woods, I listened and had a solution underway. So, but again, like I said, it takes a little bit of time to get that done. So anyway, we don't want to inconvenience anybody, but when we realized that it was an issue, we've addressed that, and that's the report tonight, that it is better. But your other concern about it getting better and then getting worse
Yes.
again, it's an ongoing thing. They understand that, they're committed, and I will uphold every promise that I've made to our citizens. I will hold them accountable for that. Thank you for coming forward. Do you still want to be on the agenda for January 6th?
Yeah, I mean, probably so, yeah. There's
Okay,
other
and I'm
people
gonna
that-
let you know, I'm gonna let everybody know in the stand, in the audience,
sir.
that you're gonna be on the agenda, and you're here, but you're not gonna take this meeting and disrupt the order of this meeting.
That's not our intentions at all,
Yeah.
and I know there are some people that are involved in, everything related to the Colossus that have different intentions. So I just want to
Right.
answer the clarity and to know what's going on. in
You
my
seem like a
backyard.
very fair, I'm just telling you, I can read, you seem like a very fair person. I've talked to a lot of people about this, and we can look at all the other discussions that have gone on. There's a lot of varying opinions, there's a lot of bad information that's out there.
I was in the news, unfortunately. This isn't where I want to be in my life, but and yeah, I've read comments. I understand that you get from every angle, but it's just this has been a big concern, and it's been happening since August. And
Yeah.
living there, I don't know how. I mean, if you're not living within earshot of it, then it's just hard to understand what's really happening. So,
I know
mean,
where you live,
Yeah.
I've walked the railroad, I've been there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, and you have my commitment that like I've told everybody from day one, I will hold them accountable to do everything that they've asked, or that we've asked them to do. Yeah, but what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna let, all the false information that's been circulated, that's not gonna happen in this room right
Well,
here.
what's hard to know is what is the real information, because
Right.
I don't feel like
All that will, in due time, all that will be exposed. It will be at the appropriate time, but we have to, when there's a good development for the city of South Haven, we have to protect the competitive situation that corporations are in. If we didn't do that, we wouldn't get the benefit, they wouldn't be here, they'd go somewhere else, okay? So I would never recommend somebody as an economic development to come in the city if it wasn't something that's gonna be good for the city. I can assure you that when we're talking about this 3 years from now, it will be quite evident of the benefits that this is gonna bring to the city of South Haven.
Yeah, it's hard for me to agree with that with all the research and other states. This is across the USA that they're building these everywhere in people's backyards, and the long-term states that's had it for over a year. The utility bills, the water pressure, the water quality. A lot of stuff is affected by this, by these big data centers and power plants going up to benefit a very few people.
All that's been heavily vetted, it is. We're not gonna let something come in that's gonna hurt the city.
All right.
And I'll leave it at that. But thank you for coming forward. We'll keep you on the agenda for January 6th.
Thank you.